Okay, so we have an urgent breaking news coming out when it comes to nation against nation. Do me a favor and share this video. The Holy Land warns a prolonged war against Persia. I want to show you something really quick here, guys. Look at this one. Alright, so difficult days still lie ahead. So the Holy Land War campaign, the Holy Land War against Persia, now in its second week, will be prolonged, military chief said Friday, as the arch rivals traded fire and European powers held talks with the Islamic Republic. We must be ready. We must be ready for a prolonged campaign, Zamir told the Holy Land in a video statement 8 days after his country launched a massive wave strikes, it said, aimed at stopping Persia from developing nuclear, an ambition Persia has denied. We have embarked on a most complex campaign in our history to remove a threat of such magnitude, says Zamir. The campaign is not over. Although we might, it says here, although we have made significant achievement, difficult days still lie ahead. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Difficult days still lie ahead. It's not over. Now Donald announced, I'm giving 2 weeks. 2 weeks to Persia. And those 2 weeks, you know what's going to happen? Well, I just talked about the F-22s. I think F-22s, they're sending a lot more planes. And they're going to be sending... oh, by the way, I got another video coming up. The biggest warship is going to be deployed. That's what these 2 weeks is for. To prepare, to stockpile, to get stuff ready. Alright, all options still on the table, including tactical nuke. Alright, that's what Jesse Waters said on Fox News. That, again, the bunker busters and tactical nukes. Once again, guys, give this video a thumbs up. The more thumbs up, the better. Persia has responded with barrages of missiles and drones, which Holy Land authorities say have taken at least 25. Once again, you have a facility, follow me with the code words, a facility in the Holy Land port of Haifa reported 19 injured, including 1 in serious condition, after the latest Persia salvo, which the president said hit a mosque. Once again, the president of the Holy Land, Isaac. Persia said on Sunday that the Holy Land strike has taken at least 224 innocents since June 13. Once again, Friday the 13th. Benjamin chose to push the button Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th is a symbolic number. A lot of people don't like that number. Again, elevators, if you go to like one of these hotels, the elevator, you're not going to see the number 13 button. It skips 13. From 12, skip 14. Alright, so, and also they talk about that Judas, the one that betrayed Jesus, the 13. That's another reason why. Also 13 is, you know, you got the Illuminati. I'm not going to say the full name. Again, so it's a symbolic number there. So why did Benjamin decided to push the button on that date, Friday the 13th? Alright, so it says here, including military commanders, nuclear scientists, all of them out. As the U.S. Commander-in-Chief mulls the prospect of entering the war between the two foes, top diplomats from Britain, France, and Germany were meeting with their Persian counterpart Abbas on Friday. Now, once again, you have Emmanuel Macron said the Europeans were putting a diplomatic solution on the table. On the ground, the Holy Land military said it struck missile launchers in southwestern Persia after overnight air raids on dozens of targets, including what it called a nuclear weapons project research and development center. The Holy Land sirens sounded in the afternoon after missiles were launched from Persia for the second time on Friday, with a military official saying that approximately 20 missiles were launched towards the Holy Land. And they are firing some very powerful stuff here, guys. I mean, ballistic, and they even have drones. I mean, a lot of stuff. Betrayal of diplomacy. Now, you have the U.S. Commander-in-Chief has said he will decide within the next 2 weeks whether to involve the U.S. in the fighting. Let's stop here for a second. He gave a deadline to Iran, to Persia, 60 days. You got 60 days. If I don't see nothing in these 60 days, we're gonna strike you. He said that. Now he's giving 2 weeks. Guys, here's the thing. All right, again, it's a game of chess. 2 weeks is enough to get stuff ready, to move troops out the way, to get bases emptied, bring in more warship. They already brought in some more blood supplies for soldiers, those that could get wounded. The stockpile on materials, equipments. They're getting things ready. 2 weeks is enough time. Sleeping Giants, are you prepared? Do you have any stuff already stocked up? Now remember, we were told last night by the FBI, director of the FBI, I think his name is Cash. He said that the U.S. is monitoring the sleepers. So you need to be prepared. And I'm not trying to spook no one, but we do live in the end times. And the Bible said in the end time, there ain't going to be no kumbaya stuff. There's going to be some shaking. Now it says here, you have Britain's Foreign Secretary David said, a window now exists within the next 2 weeks to achieve a diplomatic solution, while agreeing with U.S. Secretary of State Rubio that Persia can never develop or acquire a nuclear. Western govs suspect Persia of seeking a nuclear capability. The International Atomic Energy Agency said that while Persia is the only country without nuclear to enrich uranium to 60%, there was no evidence it had all the components to make a functioning nuclear warhead. Just imagine all this for nothing, because again, just imagine Persia doesn't even have these equipments to build nuclear, and all this stuff was for nothing. It says here, so saying how long it would take for them, it will be pure speculation, because we do not know whether there was somebody secretly pursuing these activities, the agency chief, Raphael, told the news. We haven't seen that, and we have to say it. France's Foreign Ministry spokesperson, Christopher, said that military solutions are not long-term solution to ensure Persia respect its obligations under the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Now, addressing the UN Human Rights Council on Friday, we have Araghchi said that Holy Land strike were a betrayal of diplomatic efforts to reach a nuclear deal between Persia and DC. We were struck in the midst of an ongoing diplomatic process, he said. That's very true. Remember, US and Iran, they were on their way on their 6th round of the nuclear talk, and it was supposed to happen on a Sunday, but Benjamin on Friday the 13th, well, he became Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger all combined as one. He decided to push the button and kind of messed up the nuclear talk between the US and Iran. Alright, so it says here, you have an interview with a German publication, Bild. The Holy Land top diplomat Gideon said he did not particularly believe in diplomacy with Persia. All diplomatic efforts so far have failed. So says Tsar, whose country has supported Donald's 2018 decision to abandon a previous nuclear agreement between Persia and world powers. Madness. It says here the UN Security Council convened on Friday for a second session on the conflict, which was requested by Persia with support from the Bear, Red Dragon, and Pakistan, a diplomat told AFP on Wednesday. The escalating confrontation is quickly reaching the point of no return. Turkish leader Erdogan warned on Friday, saying this madness must end as soon as possible. I agree. Even Putin said we are drifting towards WW3. UN Chief Antonio, meanwhile, pleaded with all sides to give peace a chance. Peace a chance? To give peace a chance? I'm sorry to tell you this. In the end time, peace will be replaced with destruction. The only peace we have is Jesus. What's going on here? The minds of many and the hearts of many has been given up to reprobate mind. We are seeing shifting going on here. So any U.S. involvement in the Holy Land campaign will be expected to involve the bombing of an underground facility and Fordo using powerful bunker busting equipment that no other country possesses. In Persia, people fleeing Holy Land describe frightening scenes and difficult living condition, including food shortage. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Famine. Alright, so once again, in Persia, people are fleeing the Holy Land strike, describing frightening scene and difficult living condition, including, boom, famine. Now, war leads to famine. Famine leads to pestilence. Again, if you don't have nutrition, if you don't have food, what happens? Lose weight, weak, and then leads to other stuff. This is why it's very important to stock up, prepared, and be ready spiritually, physically, and mentally. The Gov spokeswoman said authorities have restricted internet access to avoid problems like cyber. And I did post a video on my third channel. The links will be in the comments box. Persia authorities have cuffed a European who sought to spy on sensitive areas of the country. There's going to be a lot of spies. During wartime, there's always spies. Alright, so you have the Tasnim News Agency reported on Friday. Protests were held in Tehran and other cities after Friday prayers, with demonstrators chanting slogans in support of their leader, state television showed. I will sacrifice my life for my leader, read a protester banner. I sacrifice my life for Jesus, not for any, again, for Jesus only. I pray for leaders, but it ain't gonna be like I'm gonna do it for the leader of this land. Again, I will sacrifice my life to Christ. Alright, so it says here, once again, I will sacrifice my life for my leader. Read a protester banner, a reference to the supreme leader. Wow. Switzerland announced it was temporarily closing its embassy in Persia, adding that it will continue to fulfill its role representing the U.S. interest in Persia. Difficult days lie ahead. And there are famines going on right now. And it's only been 1 week. It's only been a week. And already, ladies and gentlemen, famine just hit Persia. Here's another word. It's a madness. This is, again, this is not the definition of peace. This is what you call destruction. Here's another one. Difficult days still lie ahead. Even though Donald's saying, give me 2 weeks, everybody think that everything is fine. No. In Persia and in the Holy Land, things are going down right now. What's happening, I believe, is military stuff is being moved left and right. So remember, Jesse Waters said on Fox News that Donald said everything is on the table, including tactical nuke. Remember, guys, there is approximately 90 million out there in Persia. We don't want to drop one of those big, crazy stuff like back in 1945. We dropped not one, but two. All right, the Fat Boy, and I forget the name of the other one. But the one that we have is going to be at least 20 times more powerful than 1945. All right, guys, please pray for the people that are facing famine now. There's madness going on. They have no internet. Sleeping giant. We need to pray. We need to pray. Things are not looking good. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ. For he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.